nos verán pistear. Una doble P.
Bienvenidos a un nuevo video, una nueva reacción. Estamos aquí para reaccionar a más de esta entrevista a Anitta. Vamos a ver qué tal está.
What were the biggest traumas that have stayed with you, that have come up for you, that you feel you've carried? Because you obviously grew up in the favelas, you grew up, you know, not in the easiest of circumstances. I think you mentioned yourself that you're almost treated like trash in Brazil, the people in the favelas.
For so long.
And so, like, tell me about what are the traumas you felt you've held on to from your childhood that are now coming up, that you're healing now?
So there's this one interesting situation in the path of this healing thing. There was this one thought that was always coming to my mind, right? I was here being Anitta. I have 3 different houses. I have everything I need. Okay, if I want to retire right now, I can, and I will live comfortably for the rest of my life. But all of a sudden, I was just here minding my business, and a thought would come to my mind. What if I get pregnant and I lose all my money and I don't have money to survive, and then I need to work in the streets to get food to my babies and I would be like, why am I thinking this? Why am I doing that? Why? And then I did this session with my shaman, and she said, this is not your thought. You got this thought the same way we get DNA from our parents and like the hair, the eyes, the body. We can get from thoughts and energy, behaviors, and we don't realize that. So I told her, oh, for real? And then we did a session to clean this, right? To remove this from me, because it's not mine. It comes from my family. So I did the session and I talked to my mom. I said, Mom, have you ever had this thought of like that you were gonna lose everything? We're not gonna have money, this and that. And that was like right before my birthday, of 30 years old birthday. So she said, yeah. When I got pregnant from you, your dad lost his job. And I felt like we were not gonna have money to feed you guys. And I would need to work in houses as like a housemaid or something to buy food. And I was like, wow, that makes total. And she spent the whole pregnancy with this fear of not having the money to feed us. So she was fearing it. And there is like, I produced a movie with a friend of mine called Me. And it talks about this, the thoughts, the negative thoughts that your mom carries in the pregnancy becomes neuropeptides in your brain. So that's why you have these thoughts. And I was like, wow, Mom. And I did the session with the lady, and I never had this thought again. And then I was doing my birthday. I was 30 years old, so special. And I had this place that I wanted to do in Brazil. And for some reason, every place I was trying, it was not available. I was trying everywhere. Oh, not available because of this. Not available because of that. I closed one place. No, not available anymore. So there was this one place, just this one spot. And I said, okay, let's go. What can we do? It's the only spot. Let's go. So I sent my dad the invitation, sent to my dad. I said, oh, Dad, the party this year is going to be here. He was like, oh my God, daughter. This address is and my dad didn't know about the talk I had to my mom, nothing, right? And he's my best friend, but I didn't mention him. He goes, oh my God, daughter, this address used to be the company's address that I got fired when your mom was pregnant. And I was like, I'm dead.
Wow.
Like, we're here celebrating my 30 years old with a party like full of everything that we were always afraid of not having.
That's crazy.
And the same address? That's crazy. Where in life? That for me was such an answer from the universe, right? And I was like, wow, this is so meaningful. And life is full of these situations that for me are not coincidence at all.
Yeah, that's incredible.
It is.
That's really powerful, and I love that full circle moment.
Agree.
And I love. I mean, the movie that you made, is that out? Where can we watch that? Me.
The name is Me.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, the one that introduced me to this shaman, she did it, And then she asked me to help her producing it and sharing with the platforms and everything. So I was helping her on this final touch of the movie. And it talks about how you can get heritage from your parents.
Yes.
Not only in your blood,
Yes.
physical, but also mental
Yes.
and karmas
That's
that
brilliant.
come from your mom, from your grandmother, because it comes from father to daughter, you know. And it's important to clean it, to work on it, because otherwise we're here with no purpose. We're not, we spend all this time here and we don't figure out what's your purpose, what are you here for, you know. And I always had in my life this desire to understand. And when I was a kid, I was very like that already. I used to dream about a lot of things. My mom tells me that I used to wake up and see people, and I was always very connected. I used to tell them everything that was going to happen in my life.
Yeah, you had
Everything.
visions, I've heard you say.
Everything. I used to tell them like, oh, I'm going to sing here. I'm going to do this. Our house is going to be like this, like this. I used to give them details of everything. And my dad, he was always very stressed with work. And he tells me that I used to come to him and say, Dad, don't worry. In the end, everything's going to be great. You will see. You're so smart. You're so cute. You're so nice. In the end, you will see you're not going to worry about any of this. I'm going to be a singer. I'm going to do this and this and that. And it's so fun when he tells me, because I was actually describing so precisely what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Ok, hasta ahí vamos a dejar esa partecita. Bueno, una anécdota más ahí, un poquito de ella, de su familia también y todo eso.
Qué pequeño es el mundo.
Sí.
O sea,
lo que pasó,
sí, tal cual.
Porque todo empezó desde que estaba embarazada la mamá,
entonces,
hasta cerrar ahí actual, digamos.
A sus 30 años, qué loco.
Exacto,
Qué
todo
cosas.
eso. Y bueno, que lo tenía claro Anita desde siempre, que iba a ser cantante
Sí,
y todo eso.
y aquí está.
Tal cual.
Bien. Pues nada, eso fue todo por la reacción de hoy. Recuerden suscribirse al canal, dejar sus comentarios y nos seguir en nuestras redes sociales. Y ver nuestras otras reacciones y esperen más. Nos vemos.
Y así yo poder ver si terminaré cantando en escenario o terminaré volviendo por el barrio.